gamers, welcome back to the Board Game Captain. I'm the Board Game Captain.
And I'm Alex.
And today we're doing a retro game review and tutorial for the game of Abalone. So now, we were just looking this up before shooting this review, and correct me if I'm wrong, it was 87?
1987, it was developed. I think it first did production in 1990, but the first...
Maybe the first, well, it may have been more mass-produced in the 90s.
Yeah.
But it had its first release in 87.
Yes.
So this is a game designed by Mikel Lalette and Laurent Levi. I believe that's how you pronounce those names. Feel free to correct me down below. This particular edition does not actually have a game company listed on it. It just says collection. Classic collection on it. So I'm not sure. Published by Abalone. Oh, here we are. Published by Abalone. Distributed by Fox Mind.
Oh, there you go.
Okay, there we go.
Been around so long, some company.
Yeah, so this particular version, this edition, is in this weird kind of shaped box where it doesn't stack on the shelf very well, but you can stand it up if you're standing things up.
Yeah, store it vertically.
So when you open it up, first thing you got here is the nice black plastic hexagonal board. This is awesome.
Yeah, it's cool. It's sturdy.
It is. It's really nice. It feels solid. You've got the rules. The rules are very simple. They're literally about 4 pages of rules. This tiny little pamphlet with lots of diagrams. So very well done. And then the marbles.
Yes, the marbles.
They are clacktastic.
Yeah.
They are actually like glass marbles.
Yeah.
Got black and white, fairly simple, but they're awesome.
Yeah.
So you're going to see all these out on the table. We're going to take you to the table. We're going to run you through a few turns of a game to show you how it plays. And we're going to thoroughly explain how the game plays. Then we're going to come back and we're going to talk about how this game feels. And we're going to rate it and review it. Okay, so here you can see us set up for a game of Abalone. Now for this tutorial I'm going to be playing with Lynn because in the earlier recorded tutorial that I recorded with Alex we had an error. But when we go back to the table, Alex and I will still be reviewing this game because that error has no impact on our relative scores and our reviewing of the game. So for this example, I'm going to be playing the black pieces on this side of the board.
And I'm over here playing white.
So now, on your turn in the game of Abalone, you are able to do one of 2 possible moves. Now, you can do a regular move, which allows you to choose 1, 2, or even 3 marbles that are in a straight line facing any direction and move them in the same direction, keeping the same orientation. So, for instance, these 3 marbles up front could all be moved forward and to the left a little bit to make that move there. Or these 3 marbles here could move in a line like that. Both of those are legal moves. Now, in addition to that, there is the move known as a sumito. Now, a sumito allows you to push marbles. So if this were where we were, I could take these 2 marbles and push this 1 marble with a sumito move. Now, for a sumito move to work, you have to have more marbles than your opponent's marbles that you're pushing. So 2 marbles could push 1, or 3 marbles could push 1 as well, because again, there's more, and I would need 3 to push 2 marbles. And if I'm able to push one of the marbles off the board, that marble there stays in this outer area and is captured. And the objective of the game is to capture 6 marbles from your opponent. Now, if my opponent were to have 3 marbles in a row here, I would never be able to push them because the most marbles I can move is 3, and 3 has to be pushing less marbles on my opponent's side, and as there are 3 marbles there, it is impossible to move those marbles. Another scenario that would make these impossible to move is if I had one of my own marbles behind them. Since a sumito cannot push one of my own marbles, this marble is literally protecting my opponent's marbles from being pushed. And that's how you play the game. You play again until you capture 6 of your opponent's marbles. So now we're just going to get into it and we're going to show you a few turns of how this game plays. So as black goes first, I'm going to start us off with a move there. Okay, let's see, I'm going to push up there. Interesting. I'm going to move these 3 like that. Oh, way to protect. Again, now there's 3 in a row there, so I can't push those. Well done. I'm going to move that way. That was rude. Ah. Look at you being all clever. Oh, you. Move that over out of the way. Ah, you know, how about that? But I capture. Boom. And I push one of Lynn's marbles off the board there, and that is the first capture of this match. And Lynn seems a little one-track mind on capturing that marble, so I'm going to capture a second one here. And then, of course, Lynn will capture one there. And there is the first 3 captures of this match. It is pretty close. It is 2 captures that I made and 1 capture Lynn made, but she's also in a position where if I do not move this marble out of the way, she will be able to capture it on her next turn as well. So there you have it. That is how you play a game of Abalone. So now we're going to head back over to the table, and Alex and I are going to talk about how this game feels, and we're going to rate it and review it. Okay.
Alrighty.
Welcome back. So that was how you play a game of Abalone. So in that particular example game, we ran you through a few turns until Alex managed to capture 2 of my pieces and was thoroughly kicking my ass. But that's how this game plays. It's really quick. You're very quick to get engaged, very quick to be shoving.
Yeah. If you're not moving each other's pieces around in 2 or 3 moves, you're
probably playing too defensively.
Way too defensively, yeah.
Yeah.
It's fun. So the box says it sets up, the rules say it sets up in 15 to 80 seconds, I think, was the strange numbers it had on
That's pretty appropriate.
Yeah, and then
what does it say on the?
It says
it says ages 7 and up. We didn't talk about this in the intro. 7 and up, 2 players, 20 minutes for the game.
That seems reasonable.
I would say 7. Yeah, I would say all of that is reasonable. Yeah. Most of our games have been like around maybe sometimes a little longer than 20 minutes if we were both playing defensively, but but that's all pretty on par.
Yeah, so it's kind of like Chinese checkers on steroids.
Well, no, because Chinese checkers. The whole thing is you got to get to the other side of the board. This is shoving people,
pushing off the board. Right. So it's Chinese checkers meets sumo wrestling. right? And that with the
Well, they even call it a sumito when you push someone, which
Right.
is definitely feels like obviously sumo was the inspiration for the shove.
right?
So the hexagonal board and coming at it from multiple sides and pushing pieces makes me think of a more modern game that might have taken influence from this, but obviously was a game I played before I played this, which is why it's making me think of it, which is GIF, the first part of the GIF series, pushing all the pieces around. It definitely reminds me a lot of that. It's not the same. I mean, those you can push any number of pieces, and you don't push them off the board. You're looking to line up 4 in a row, but it's got a similar feel in regard to the hexagonal board and the pushing of the pieces around.
Right. And but it plays surprisingly deep.
Yeah, like the rules are so simple, but then you get into it and you're like, wow, there's a lot to this.
I severely underestimated this game when we first put it out on the table. I was like, oh, this is all right. This is like, because I was thinking Chinese checkers. I'm like, all right, whatever. And then we got into it and we're like staring at this board for 45 seconds, a minute each turn, because there's a lot going on that board.
So now, does it surprise you to know that there is a world championship of Abalone every year?
No. Yeah, when I saw that, I was like, yeah, that makes perfect sense, because this is a thinking game.
It really is.
I can see why it's been in print for so long, because it's so simple and easy, but it plays really fun.
So this is, because of how easy it was to teach this game to the viewers at home, this is going to be a very quick video, but the big question is obviously where we like this game.
Yeah, I liked it a lot.
I never played it back in the day. I've always seen it.
Yeah.
I've seen it on store shelves for like 20 years. It's obviously been on store shelves for over 30 years. But I've always been like, oh, that looks cool. It's got marbles as pieces. That looks interesting. I should check that out. And just never have.
Right.
Until Lynn bought me a copy. And, I guess the big question always is with these retro classic game reviews. Does it hold up to today? And for me, that's a yes.
Yeah, I think so. For sure. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if I didn't know anything about this game and this was number 8 in the GIF series. I wouldn't have thought a second part of it. You
would have thought it's so good it could be part of the
right.
GIF
It would
series.
it would fit right in. It's different, but it's got that same level of strategy and thinking, and obviously the theme is similar. So yeah, I think it holds up really well.
And the components, even of these more modern releases of it, are fantastic. I love the glass marbles.
Yeah.
I love the plastic board. It's great. And if you could see while we were pushing stuff around, you can literally just push them on the board and they'll all go in the right
And they all
row.
fall very satisfyingly into place.
and then off the board. They fall very satisfyingly off the board.
Right.
Which is awesome.
Sure.
Yeah, I really... Do you want to rate this one first or shall I?
I'll give this a good 7.5. I'm gonna give it 7.5.
7.5?
I underestimated this thing severely, and I was really pleasantly surprised. 7.5 is a solid rating for this game, I think.
I'm going to give it a 7 even.
Okay.
But still, 7 is a very positive rating. It means I like this game and I'll play it anytime somebody asks.
Sure.
I think this very much does hold up to today. I think there's plenty of modern games I've played that are nowhere near as good as this, and this is 30 years old.
People online are going to be like, you've never played Abalone before?
I know, yes, there's going to be someone in the comments, guaranteed. But I never played it.
Right, yeah.
This is one of those old games that I just never got around to trying. And now that I finally did get around to trying it, I'm glad I have a copy in my collection.
Sure.
So if you also at home have never tried Abalone, we recommend you check it out.
Give it a shot.
It's a little piece of gaming history right here. And you know what? It's fun.
30-year-old game that holds up.
It really does.
It's hard to find, really.
And if you're specifically, you got to be into abstract strategy.
yeah,
this is abstract strategy to its bones.
Right.
It doesn't, but even though it's an abstract strategy, it doesn't play like the classic abstracts. It doesn't play chess or checkers or Nine Men's Morris or Go or any of the like the really old hundreds to thousands of year old abstract strategies. I can't think of an old school one. I mean, this is a classic game. It's over 30 years old at this point, but I can't think of one of the ancient games that plays like this. This was when it was created in the 80s. Was probably pretty frickin' unique.
Yeah, cutting edge, probably. Yeah.
Yeah. Nowadays, there's a few games that remind me of it. Like I said with GIF.
Right.
But those were all newer games than this.
Right.
So
yeah.
Yeah.
If you like the GIF series, you should probably have a copy of this too, because this fits in really well. If you like those games, you'll like this game.
And I definitely would say that this probably inspired some of the mechanics in
Sure.
one or two of the games in the Gift
I would
series.
think so, yeah.
Wouldn't surprise me. So there you have it. There is our classic retro game review for Abalone. It is a 2 thumbs up review.
Yeah.
7 stars and 7.5 stars respectively.
There you go.
We thoroughly enjoyed this, especially for as old as this game is. And we recommend it to all fans of abstract strategy games, people out there collecting abstract strategy games. So if you have any questions, comments, or concerns either on the game of Abalone or on this video, feel free to put them in the comments down below. And if you enjoyed this review and tutorial and you'd like to see us do more retro game review and tutorials like this, feel free to give it a like, share it on all forms of social media, and if you haven't already, please subscribe to the Board Game Captain. That's Captain spelled with a K on YouTube. And until next time, game on.